Autonomous, denoting or performed by a device capable of operating without direct human control. The USAF is currently developing drone wingmen to bolster its fighting force and cut costs. Collaborative Combat Aircraft, or CCAs, are a part of the U.S. Air Force Next Generation Air Dominance Family of Systems, or NGAD. These loyal wingmen are being developed as unmanned autonomous aircraft with the capabilities of a modern F-16 fighter jet, meaning in the near future, a single pilot, say from an F-35, can utilize the capabilities of two F-16s as his robotic wingmen. Regarding cost, the CCA would cost one-third the price of a crewed fighter, says former Secretary Kendall. You can create mass and so many targets out in the battle space that your adversary will have to worry about, is that something that I have to use some munitions on? Former Commander of the Pacific Air Force, Kenneth S. Wilsbach. In January 2024, contracts were awarded to 5 companies to design and build CCAs. They include Anduril, Boeing, General Atomics ASI, Lockheed Martin, and Northrop Grumman. By April 2024, the Air Force announced that 2 companies, Anduril and General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, Inc., won the contracts. With 2 companies working on the collaborative combat aircraft, the United States Air Force also had to deal with another problem: the development of reliable autonomous software that can operate a combat drone as effectively, if not better, than a human pilot. Enter VENOM, also known as Viper Experimentation and Next-Gen Operations Model. This testbed program will lay the foundations for the upcoming CCAs. The VENOM program is about testing out autonomy on an F-16 that is combat-capable, says Lieutenant Colonel Robert Waller of the 40th Flight Test Squadron.
We want to do what we call combat autonomy, and that is the air vehicle with associated weapon systems, radar, advanced electronic warfare capabilities, and the ability to integrate weapon systems. So, you loop all of that together into one flying test bed.
The end goal isn't to have autonomous F-16s, but rather use the data from VENOM and implement it into a drone that can do much more. For the first time in our history, we have a fighter designation in the YFQ-42 Alpha and the YFQ-44 Alpha. Air Force Chief of Staff General David Allvin said during a keynote speech at the annual Air and Space Forces Association Warfare Symposium. Maybe it's just symbolic, but it's telling the world that we are leaning into a new chapter of aerial warfare. While the Y refers to the platform's status as prototype vehicles and will be dropped once they move into production, the FQ designates the CCA drones as unmanned autonomous fighter aircraft, the first platform to be assigned such a designation, stated by Air Force Chief of Staff General David Allvin. There are reports saying that first flight could happen as soon as this summer of 2025. What are your thoughts on the advancements of the U.S. Air Force? Maybe having battle buddy Terminators on your left and right flank isn't as far as we might think.